Hey guys, we are out here on South Bloomfield where they are tearing down the old eye doctor's office. Last April, I believe it was April 1st of last year, a semi lost control and it crossed several lanes of traffic here in South Bloomfield on US 23 and crashed into the front of this home. And it was pretty crazy. We did a live on it, and when I'm done with this live, I'll put a link of the live that we did when the semi crashed into the home. The semi driver who didn't get hurt in the accident, actually the semi ended up inside the front of this home, this front of this business, and for several months now, we've asked multiple times, what they were going to do with the home, and the business said they were going to try and save the home if they could. But as you can see, obviously it wasn't structurally, didn't have the ability to fix it. No, southbound is not closed. They do have one lane. They do have one lane over here shut down, so only one lane is shut down while they tear it down. So, but this is the eye doctor's office that was hit by the semi last April in South Bloomfield. And as you can see, one of the big things about this home, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit and we'll see what it looks like. But if you can see the walls and such and how they're built in this house. This house is from the 1800s. They actually said it was one of the oldest houses in the town. So, and as you can see, they're losing it. Now, I know that the eye doctor's office said and told me several times that if they could save this building, they would. But as you can see, it's been prepared for demolition now. So this building is just on the edge of US 23. They have shut down US 23 southbound, just the one lane, while they tear this building down for good reasons, because it literally sits not too far from US 23. Now that we have a bunch of people, it's 120-year-old dust. This is an ancient home. Just to recap on what's going on here is this building back in April, almost a year ago, was hit by a semi truck going northbound on US 23 when the driver had a medical issue, and he started swerving, and he went from a northbound lane into crossing two southbound lanes and up the sidewalk, and he crashed into the front of this building. And I'll post that link when I get an opportunity to after this live. But when he crashed the semi in, I mean the whole entire cab of the semi was inside this building. So it took them all day on I believe it's April 1st to get that semi out of the building. They used a special Columbus crew that came up here and made sure that the building was secure before they pulled the truck out. And after they pulled the truck out, the company that owns the building, the eyeglass company, said that if they could save the building, they would. So obviously the cost of saving the building and it was beyond what it was worth. Now, I was told by several different people that inside this building, and we might be able to get to see it, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, but the building actually has like wooden trusses inside of it that actually still have bark on them. That's how old that this home is. It's considered one of the oldest homes in and South Bloomfield. And it actually had log beams inside of it that had wood on. Had bark still on them and such, because it was handmade beams and such. Yeah, one lane of southbound lane is closed right now while they tear this down, and for good reason. I mean, if you could see the traffic and see how close US 23 and this building are, they're side by side with each other. So, somebody said respiratory issues, and I just heard somebody coughing. I can just imagine. But there'll be a new spot of land here. I don't know if the eyeglass company plans to rebuild yet. We will contact them and see if they have any statement on what's going to happen after this. So, I'm sure, Ginger, this home is very old. This I believe I couldn't pull up the date before I got here, because I wanted to get live and get you guys to see what was actually going on. But I believe it was 1800, turn of the 1900s, that this building was built. So, but for months, I contacted the company to see what their plan was from there, and they had told me that they'd save the building, but if they could. And that was always the plan. A great place for a Little Caesar. A great place for a steakhouse. But this corner lot is a pretty good lot. So hopefully somebody can do something with it. Hopefully they'll rebuild. Hopefully there's a lot of things that could happen with the lot. You know, sometimes history goes. Pam, if you don't mind, you could send those over to Scioto Post, and I would be happy to share those. So, this driver's got a heck of a job to do. He's got all these wires that are on the north side and the east side of the building that he's got to watch. And he's also got two roads on the north side and the east side that he's got to be careful not to dump debris into. They only shut down one lane for teardown. So he's got quite the job here to work. Yeah, that semi, I did post pictures on Scioto Post, and I'll make a story up after this live and kind of put together the photos of when this happened almost a year ago now, and I'll post that here once I'm done with the live. But that semi the entire cab of a semi was inside this building on the front side, on the opposite side by the US 23 side. And it did significant damage to the building, obviously. Yeah, Linda, and I know that the owners of this building, and I've said this a couple times, they planned to save this building if they could. That was their plan all along. So obviously, the cost of trying to save the building was more than what it was really worth. Because I know that in their hearts, that was the ultimate goal. So one of the jobs of one of these guys is to, when he's tearing apart this building, is he separates all the metal from the building materials and stuff, because a lot of this stuff now gets recycled, which is a good thing too. Is they do actually recycle the home and stuff. As you can see, the metal has been placed over there, and a lot of the debris he drives on, and that kind of compacts and crushes down the wood material that's inside. So yeah, he'll just slowly separate all those parts and pieces of this home to recycle it. So if you guys are just joining us, I'm going to recap what had happened before. In April, I believe it's April 1st of last year, a semi was going northbound on US 23 here, and he had I think it was a diabetic emergency, or his sugar became either too high or too low, and he lost control of his semi, and it went across two southbound lanes right here in South Bloomfield, and went up on the sidewalk here, and it took out a few small things before crashing into this home. The semi was fully loaded with freight on the back end of it, and a majority of the semi, at least the front of the semi, was inside this home. So that happened, and it took almost the entire day to shore up the building good enough inside to pull that semi out of that building. So I mean, literally the semi was just like part of the building. It's a crazy photo, and I'll share it with you guys later today. And the whole plan was to try and save this building, because this building that you're looking at is considered one of the oldest buildings here in South Bloomfield. So and it dates back to I think the turn of the century. Just trying to figure out what this guy's doing over here. He's just kind of going through where they're not supposed to. So we are. So that's what we're looking at, guys. Is that this is what's happened here. It looks like there's not going to be any more construction now, and I'll come back up and get a little bit more photos of what it looks like when it's gone. But yeah, there's history being removed today, right here, and it's at nobody's fault other than a freak accident. So. So thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I will post more pictures of the incident that happened. It happened on April 1st. You can probably search Scioto Post South Bloomfield semi-truck accident, and you'll find it there. But I'll put the link in this live right here, so you can watch that and see exactly what it looked like then too. So thanks, guys.